first.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, especially when you have to fight. When you just win like 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, of course, it feels good, but not as good when it's a tight match.
Yeah. Are you and Alex friends?
Yeah,
Can you go check? Yeah, perfect.
Oh.
good.
Only one person go.
Hello, everyone. We are here live at the 2025 Men's Las Vegas Open. I'm here with Joshua Filler. He is moving on to the finals. He's just beat Alex Kazakis in 3-1. I wanted to mention your player performance in the final set was a 929, so near perfect. That's got to feel incredible for you going into the finals.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have played the sets before like that. No, honestly, I think it was a great match. Both really fight through. The break wasn't just working for us. We never had a ball. We always had to push after the break. So it made it a long match, a tiring match. But in the end, yeah, I think on some kick shots I was lucky, but sometimes when I played a really good safety, he kicked unbelievable and never left me something. So I think it was a really exciting match also for the fans.
Well, you talked about your kick shots. I was looking over your stats, and you had Alex foul 4 times after your safeties compared to his 2 for you. So that was huge. That's a big turning point in the match. Is safety play something that you really focus on when you're at home?
Yeah, I mean, when I was young, it was all about making the balls for me. But when you get older and play against all these tough players, they all have a B game. So that means they always can put the cue ball frozen to another ball. So this is what you have to work on if you want to win all the events. And I really put the time in. But sometimes when you work on that, you maybe miss more balls because it's always like kind of equals out. But I always work on everything. The break, the safety game, and pocketing. So it worked quite good. I missed some long shots. I'm gonna practice maybe before the final some, but I'm just happy to be through, honestly, because it was such a tight match.
Aside from winning, obviously, do you have any kind of goal or intention going into your final match? Just something you want to improve upon for yourself?
I just wanna win. Sometimes you just can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't force to play great always. Sometimes you just don't feel good or some funny things happening. I mean, you never know. It's all about winning, but having fun as well because the crowd is amazing here. It's just great to play here.
Well, you look great out there, and you've got just a few hours before your next match. I'm going to let you go relax and kind of get your head right, but congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
bye.
A very good afternoon and welcome back to the Rio Hotel All Suites and Casino. It is the Kamui Las Vegas Open Men's Edition, the showcase event here at the Rio, as it has been since we started 8 days ago. Jeffrey DeLuna on the left, Dennis Grabe on the right. Philippines versus Estonia. This is going to have a very similar storyline to the semifinal we literally just witnessed. You've got the rabbit versus the hare. Sorry, the rabbit versus the turtle. Rabbit versus the hare, well, that'd be a tough race. But I'm Jim Weich, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be joined by Tim de Ruyter. Tim, we had about a 10-minute nap leading into this one. I hope you're joining us from the Netherlands and got that mic handy.
I think I recovered from the pressure there, Jim.
Yeah, that was about a 3.5-hour match that Tim and I just commentated on. So had time to have about 6 Red Bulls, and we're back at it. Dennis Grabe with the break. Again, just to remind you of exactly how the format unfolds. It's a race to 3 sets. Each set, a race to 4 racks. If it goes 2-2 in sets, we're treated to the shootout. And I can tell you, if you watched our first semifinal, Josh Filler narrowly avoiding that fate and taking out Alex Kazakis 3-1.
Well, definitely a nice layout to start a match with. Just the 3-ball being close to the rail, so it doesn't go to the side, so needs to cross over for that. Crossover for the 3, nicely done. Did land straight. Is he able to cheat the pocket just slightly and get the cue ball off the rail?
Very measured in his approach as Dennis.
Now, in the beginning I thought the 9-ball was quite open, but it might be locked a little bit by the 10, maybe fully, depending on the shape.
And Tim, I assume that you're a little more familiar too with Dennis, possibly from the Euro Tour events that you guys both compete in. He seems to find himself at the business end of a lot of events.
Yeah, in the last couple of years he's definitely stepped it up also in the world events. Won the Maldives Open last year. 3rd place in the World 10-ball Championships last year in Vegas. But also years back when I started to play the Euro Tour, this player Grabe, I never heard of him, you know, and all the other players, they were like, well, he plays so good, and he won 2 Euro Tour events. Almost won 2 in a row, or 1-2. And I never seen him before, and I had to play him, and well, I know what happened there. He tortured me. So, but from there, back then, he was playing real fast, which he definitely changed up his style. It's a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical now, but definitely is getting the results.
Well, he just had his heart skipped a beat there. He was standing there watching that cue ball track towards that side pocket. Watch it again, and he stood right in line, and it was so close. Just staying on the bed of the table. Thankfully for him, because he's going to secure the opening rack. Well, we start with a break and run out. They were at a premium in our first semifinal, and you wonder whether both De Luna and Grabe are going to treat us to some fantastic pool here in the second semi. I'm looking around, I see a lot of the same faces. Some of these people haven't left their seats, and the obvious reason being they would have lost them. You know, the interest level is really spiked here at the Rio. This is the showcase event, as I said earlier, of the Predator Pro Billiards series. Coming back to the Rio, you can see Dennis Grabe's path through to the semifinal here. Couple shootouts. But a very accomplished player, and with a pedigree. And a resume that's growing by event. And another chance. Long 2, 3 over the side pocket.
Yeah, Estonia's best player, according to the rankings, and also I think Dennis might have made history for his country by winning that medal at the World Championships.
Now he had a quick look, and he's checking again just to see if the 4 will pass the 5 into the bottom left corner as we look.
Well, he could go forward and play the 4 in the bottom left corner as well, but if it goes to the bottom right, he's definitely gonna shoot that.
A great start though for him. We haven't seen De Luna apart from the lag.
So now probably we'll have to go into the short rail and out.
You know, very characteristic of the European players. They really do keep it simple and all fundamentally sound. Not a lot of body movement. But what a great way to start a match. Weld your opponent in his chair. And get as good a feel for the conditions, the table, the environment as you could possibly ask. Well, just overhit that slightly, so he's going to have to run with the cue ball a little bit. Just off angle on this 9.
Yeah, a lot of traveling here. Needs good base. Great base. Great shot there.
Yeah, we caught a quick glimpse of our referee. You know, one characteristic I've noted from all the referees that I've seen here in attendance, well, apart from actually our female referee, Angela Williams, they all wear glasses. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong, Tim.
Well, no comment. I'm just not gonna do this to you today.
Well, a 2-0 lead for Dennis Grabe. Looking very strong in the early going. Again, it's a long ways to go. Race to 3 sets. Each set, a race to 4 racks. And I wouldn't be surprised if this one went all the way.
Yeah, me neither. This is a very similar match like the other semifinal match like you mentioned before, as in playing style. So they went really close, and I see no reason why this one could not be close either.
Well, he took a lot off that break. I'll tell you what, he might be rewriting the book on how to break. Look at the balls.
Yeah, he's definitely off to a good start here. 2-0 up. This layout, if he draws the cue ball here and manages not to hit the 5, not too much work. 3 to the 4, plenty of room to maneuver the cue ball. Played it with top left. A little bit fortunate. Apologize there. Well, nothing really has changed besides Dennis running the cue ball too far.
By a long ways. I mean, he overdrew that by about 3 feet. I mean, it looked like a promising layout to begin.
This is a good shot here, though.
He's certainly maintaining the initiative, Tim, if nothing else here.
Well, also I think he's blocked some of the left long rail. So Jeff will have to kick at this and use spin to open up the angle, use right spin. You see, he's even looking at kicking over the short rail. This is a real good shot from Dennis. Chance to make the 9 ball, though.
Well, Dennis is there standing. Jeff wanted to have a quick look just to see if that 3 went by the 5 into the corner. I don't think it does. But he never got a chance to look. Dennis was standing there already. No, it doesn't.
I think Dennis is just trying to protect his lead, trying not to be too aggressive. Like I mentioned, he has a similar style to Kazakis, which is just extremely solid.
Don't
is-
try this at home, folks.
I would break something. Oh, look at this jump bank.
I'd be straight to the chiropractor.
I mean, it was exciting to watch and was a good try, but in the end, it was really aggressive and there was no safety in mind on it too. That 3-ball really, was supposed to be a sellout if you didn't know the outcome of the shape on the 4. He didn't really get on it, Dennis.
Kicking off the top cushion, right hand one as we look. Well, I gotta say, when I thought he called the side pocket, I thought that's what he was doing. He played the 4 dead on, purposely drawing into the 7.
Yeah, I have the jump cue out here. Could, bank the 4 into the 9. The cue ball is always going to stay on the bottom side of the table, so you will get the distance. Oh, and he's made it straight back. That's, well, I mean, unlucky, lucky. He missed the 9-ball, so it depends on how you look at it, but for a shot where he's trying to hit it maybe a little thinner and create distance between the 2 of them, he was not expecting to leave the 5-ball on.
Our first real look at DeLuna now. One of a host of Filipino stars. I think as soon as they're old enough to walk in the Philippines, they give them a cue.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Little thinner than he wanted to. Watch that cue ball, folks. Is he going to just draw away from the scratch? Might go close near the corner or 2-rail scratch in the side. Yeah, plays with draw, makes a shot tougher though. You play with that draw, the throw on the ball might turn it to the long rail. Ooh!
Yeah, wiped its feet going in, but it disappeared, thankfully for DeLuna. And the smile, 2-1 still Dennis in front, but Jeff will break in rack number 4. A lot of body movement with Dalulin's break and a lot of power. Hurls himself into the break.
Well, the 3 or the 5 had a chance there. They helped each other out, actually. Shot on the 1. 3 ball blocked by the 8 and the 5-7, so definitely no run out available. Unless he goes aggressive here and goes 2 rails to nick the 3 in front of the side, but I'd rather play safe. Yeah, safety behind the 6 coming. Just stay patient. Defend your lead. And get on the hill as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was interesting watching the way that DeLuna was calculating the hit there. He kind of put his Q-tip down in the line that he wanted to go off the cushion, almost to make it an easier hit, but in his mind, he saw the line he wanted the cue ball to take. That was interesting. I've never really seen that before. I don't think Dennis is going to like his next shot.
No, that's not gonna look too well. And especially with that 3 being underneath the 4. Difficult to reach. Also, if you skim off the top side of the 3, you might scratch as well. So there is quite some chances for a foul here, unless he goes 3 rails. That might be his best bet to hit the 3, but the 3 ball will be in the open.
Yeah, it was never going to be easy. And again, looking at the 5-7, wouldn't shock me if Jeff tries to extract the 3 fouls from Dennis.
would like to get the 3 and the 9 together to increase the chances of hitting the 9 first. Not the best shot from Jeffrey, I would say. This one definitely is able to catch it right. The only thing though is if you catch it full, the cue ball might press through the 3 ball and scratch in the corner. Oh, off the 9 in the corner.
Now the 9 did bump in to the 5 and the 7. I'm not exactly sure if there's been any development over there, but watch it again. This is very unlucky. No, I wondered whether or not he had nudged the 5 into a 5-7 combination. I don't think he has. But he's on 2 fouls. DeLuna will be well aware of that. But a chance to open them up here? No.
Now he's playing a combo.
Combo, yep. So he did develop it into a possible combination.
Played it well. 5-ball crossover nicely. Defense absolutely has given him an opportunity to bring the score back to an even situation. He's still a little bit jumpy though. I feel like the pressure is a little bit more on Jeffrey than on Dennis so far. Now, I did not have the chance yet to see Jeffrey play that much, so maybe he's just that energetic and a wild arm and fast.
Well, from the times I've seen DeLuna play in the past, yeah. Yeah, he's all of the above. A lot of movement. A lot of cue power. And 2-2. Dennis opened up with 2 break and clearances and really had a good chance at a third, not for a bad positional shot. And DeLuna has responded in kind. So we'll see if Jeff can find something here on the break. Maybe take a little off it. Oh, look at the balls. Again, a thunderous break and a great opportunity for Dennis here.
But
4 is awkwardly placed.
could open up the 7-ball here with the 1 or the 4. Just missed the 4. And I believe he's also hooked himself on the 2-ball.
Yeah, I think he tried to flick that 4 into the open because that was a problem ball. No, he was still on the 2 though, Tim, so Big shot coming from the 3 here.
Yeah, what are you playing here? You're gonna try and land in between. I might choose to run into the 4 because I'm not a big fan of landing straight on it and play it all along the rail.
I don't think he had a lot of choice, and he didn't quite catch it. Mind you, he's bumped it to where it's a much easier combination to the 7.
I truly believe that worked out for him. It's not what he was trying to do, but it has worked out. Now, can he play the combination without losing the 4 ball going to the short rail? Oh, and he's missed the whole combination. That must be nerves. Good shot there. Nice speed. Especially the bridge. Bridge can always be a little awkward. Not just the striking of the ball, but more just judging the speed. It's a different kind of hitting the ball, so can be scary. Looks to go up in this set, Jim. Potential 3-2 lead after being down 2-0.
Yeah, and in fairness, it's been more what Dennis hasn't done, because he's had the opportunities and he started out so strong.
So 3-roll shape. Top left spin.
And a 3-2 lead. Jeffrey DeLuna, he's secured the last 3 racks on the trot. He has completely wrested the initiative away from Dennis. And he'll break to try and win the first set.
Well, if you look at the balls pocketed stat, Dennis made 30 balls to Jeffrey's 19. Jeffrey leading 3-2 and breaking.
Finally, success off the break. At least as much as getting a ball off the break, but that cue ball married to the 2, taking the 1 out of the equation.
Yeah, we'll have to push, probably push to a kick. Everywhere else you're gonna leave open shot, either on the combination or on the one ball.
I think this is the kick that you have to take. Dennis is looking at it. Full contact should avail a safety.
Extension.
Trying to push the one over, and that cue ball behind the two. Did he get it full?
One ball. Water ball.
He has called the one in the corner, so probably a small massé shot. Just trying to catch it half ball and get the 10 or the 5 in between. Caught it too full. A chance for Dennis to get this hill. Tough opener on the one to get close to the two ball, so I expect him to leave himself long. And then now he has to play two real shape. On the 3 to the side. If he gets straight on the 3, the rack is wide open for the taking.
No obstacles now.
Ooh, for a second,
Yeah.
thought he missed the 4.
Listen, so did he. He caught that thick. He was up quick too.
Yeah, there was body movement, and that body movement was not there in the first 2 racks where he ran out clean. Little more angle into the 8, so we'll have to draw the cue ball out. He also doesn't like to baby the ball. Most of the time he likes to punch the ball quite a bit, so plays little different angles at times, but you gotta know your preference stroke too. Some players are just way better at playing some balls dead weight than the others, and some of them have a more powerful stroke than the other too.
10 down, and we are treated to a hill decider in our opening set. Look at the table time, 2-1 in favor of Dennis.
Yeah, if you look at the balls pocketed, 39-20, he definitely has had plenty of time and plenty of chances to win the set. Kind of let Jeffrey come back. Offensive, missed one ball, 2 fouls. Mixed.
Started the set. Sorry, Tim, I was going to say he started the set out with a break and run out. He'd like to finish the set with a break and run out.
Yeah, absolutely. Slightly more cut on the break here. Lucky to make the 2, but look at an opening shot on the 1. What do you play here? Going offense, I don't even think you can get so much shape. So maybe overcutting the 1 and bring the cue ball back up table. He's played the other way around. This is a nice shot. I think he's got the full cover too. Beautiful shot there from Dennis, keeping the heat on Jeffrey. Called the 7 in the corner, I believe so, but don't think there's a real shot at the 7. I think he's just trying to move the 1 ball over back to the 10, or at least back to the bottom side of the table.
Containment anyway. As tall as Dennis is, he still uses the extension to be able to reach this. Now if that ball's touching the cushion, it makes the safety a little tougher.
Extension.
This would be straightforward normally, but he's got to be careful here.
Well, he might be able to thin the 1 ball on the left, bring the cue ball towards the 6, and then have the 1 stay behind the 7-4. Like a couple balls to get behind. He's playing not so much distance. Will be easier to hit. But it was also easier to make sure you get the hook. So under the pressure, knowing that it's a very important game, we will find out if this was the better choice. It's definitely going 2 rails here. Oh, he's hit that so sweet. Could have had a better result, I believe. I think Dennis can get 2 to 1 ball. But that could have easily been big trouble for Dennis.
Killing the cue ball with a lot of left-hand spin, holding behind, just behind the 4.
Well, the safety battle continues. Awkward queuing by the 3. And also thinning the 1. Could leave a kick shot on the 110.
One ball, side ball.
Well, he's bumped that 10 over near the 6 now, so he's just taken the 6 ball right out of the equation. Bit of an insurance policy for both of them.
Oh. Believe there's a window. I think there is. Still though, like, would you really want to go aggressive here? If the 1 goes, you might be able to play with inside and run very firm into the 6-10 and hopefully get something on the 3.
Definitely got the angle, Tim, if he wants to try and dislodge that 6. Very attacking.
Well, he did go all at it, and that worked out great. Beautiful shot there. Had to spin the ball into it, so made the shot itself a little tougher. What a reward. Great chance now to close out the first set.
Well, just slightly overrun position if you intended the 8 into the side. Oh, stay down, Dennis. He wanted to peek again there. Just a little edgy.
Well,
And
just
it's a little
because
straighter
of
than
that,
he would like. Yeah, sorry, Tim.
yeah, I was gonna say just because of that body movement you just said, I think he got straight on the 9. This is more tricky now.
For the first set, this 10. Center City, Dennis Grabe secures set number 1. The race to 3 sets is off the mark. And the Estonian is out of the arena. 1-0. We'll take a very short break, and we will be back for more of this semifinal action. Welcome back to the Rio. Just having a look at the statistics. There you could see 49 balls to 20 pocketed by Dennis over Jeff. And even though the score read 4-3 in the eventual end, boy, it was a match to this point dominated by Dennis Grabe. With the Luna with the break to get us out of the gate here. Set number 2, trailing 1-0. And the race to 4 starts now.
Well, plenty of balls flying around the table, but not too effective. Not an easy shot on the one, but might play the bank shot here. Two-way shot.
Looking at all the safety options is Dennis.
I just don't feel like there is something easy as a save. Like he could play the bank, draw the cue ball in between the 3 and the 7, and not sell out in case he doesn't make it.
Well, that was considerably riskier than what you suggested. With the 10 coming to his defense.
Let's see, could kick one rail, could also kick 2 rails from the back. 2 rails, the corner pocket knuckle might come in between, so not a very comfortable shot. Could also maybe go directly to the short rail with left spin. Kick the 1 towards the 7.
One ball. Oracle.
Nice return. Probably 2 rail kick or the jump cue.
One ball. Corner pocket.
Another good shot, but look at that 110 combination, Jim.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I guarantee you so is Jeff.
Oh, so close. Did he get
Yeah, that
second
would have
prize?
been, that would have been one for the highlight reel, Tim, if he got it.
I think he's got second prize. No, he hasn't. But not an open shot on the 1 ball available. So another safety. Roll up on the 2 and just slightly short.
He brings all these yoga positions to the pool table, does DeLuna.
Yeah, my body starts hurting when I start thinking about it.
I don't even think about it. At least you get to stage 1.
Yeah, I get so far. Nice defensive battle here, though. Dennis just trying to stick for this game. Just tough though. I mean, most of it is very passive. The safeties Dennis is playing.
Just trying to force the mistake from Dennis.
One ball. Corner ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
Oh,
expected
man.
never expected the cue ball to go off the table there. Did have quite some time to land the cue ball.
A little too much adrenaline in that back arm.
Possibly, yeah. Now, if you look at this layout, the 5, excuse me, does go to this corner where he played the 2. But I might like to play the 5 in the bottom left, so 4 to 5 needs some work. And especially giving yourself a nice angle on the 6 to go to the right on the 7 also. So, some work to do. Did choose to shoot the 5 in the bottom left corner in this view, but is he able to draw the cue ball out to get a better angle on the 6? I think he did so. Nice shot there. Nice little detail.
He is certainly more attacking when he's at the table. Gets about his business a little quicker. Just moves around the table a bit with a bit more conviction than does Dennis. Just comparing styles.
If you've got the 15-game sheet, please bring them up and we will give you the correct scoring sheet. Thank you.
You know, wherever you travel in the world, you run into pockets of Filipinos, have Filipino communities almost everywhere. And these guys are heroes. All of them are well known. You can mention any of their names. And of course, the obvious ones, Efren Reyes and Francisco Bustamante, Alex Pagulayan. Like, they are revered. Jeff DeLuna, he's staking a case for joining that trio. He has really come on gangbusters the last number of years. Carlo Beato, and so many great players from the Philippines now. Roberto Gomez in this event. I mean, we could go on and on. Livan Corteza. You see him in our clip when they show some of the past champions. It's a 1-0 lead, DeLuna over Grabe. Down a set, so he'd love to be able to get off the mark quick and hold serve.
Well, he is absolutely crushing the break right now, but just nothing finding a pocket. Just look at the spread. Fortunate not to leave something for Dennis, but still he's at the table, can play a push out. Possibly roll on top of the 5 and leave a jump on the 1. A little bit off angle, maybe to give something awkward. He's looking at behind the 7.
This one ball, a key ball. This is the second rack of the second set. Looking at the lay of the land. Well, do you believe that Dennis let him see that one?
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he just gave that to Jeffrey like he was gonna miss that slow roll. Can play the same pace here, center of the table with some left. Like I said after the break, the layout was really nice. It was just the fact that there was nothing on the 1, but then to give the 1 ball away like that, it's quite the shocker.
Well, if DeLuna has his way, he'd like to bury that mistake into Dennis's memory banks.
Possibly will have to play the 5 in the corner, because if he plays a combination 5-8, might lose the 5 ball. Yeah, that's what he's done. It's a small window, played it well, giving himself a chance to play the combination. If he had hit the 8, things could have tied up too, so some good stuff so far from Jeffrey. Oh,
Careless.
I do not understand why he played with draw. I could have cheated the pocket there. It looks like he's cutting this. Is there not a bank on? That cut seems awful thin.
That was just careless, Tim. No excuse.
Yeah, why play better shape if you can do that? Wow. I'm just surprised he sliced that in. Look at this for a shot. Could not have played any better shape too on the 9. Oh, to then miss that 9-ball. Drama.
Pressure.
Team breaking badly. Can someone, team breaking badly, come for the tournament desk, please? Breaking.
It's going to be 1-1, and Dennis will have wrested the break away from Jeff DeLuna. But what a horrific miss on the 9. You're keeping score at home. Mark that one down. Should have been 2-0 and DeLuna breaking. 1-1. And his opponent breaking and already having secured the opening set. That one's going to hurt.
Well, initially he had a really nice layout there in the top right corner with the 6, 7, 8. Just really surprised he played that poor shape on the 7. Pulled off a great shot, but still left himself longer on the 9 than originally he could have had. Just put himself in a tougher position than he could have played if he played good shape on the 7 ball. So nice square hit, but no ball down again.
Yeah, and Dennis was breaking so well in the first set. Well, there's some mistakes creeping into both players' cues. And again, it's a major semifinal. Sorry, Tim. A major semifinal, so there's a lot of heat these guys are under. Notwithstanding, 125,000 in prize money, 37,500 to the eventual winner.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I wonder what kind of safety Dennis will play. In the end, played a good one, could have scratched off the 8. Tried to get the 1 to nestle up with the 4. I think he's done quite well. The only thing though, Jeffrey can jump this, withdraw, and draw the cue ball off the 4 up table. We'll have to make it though. He's made it, but not enough draw, and he hooked himself probably in the worst position he could have in this rack.
Yeah, it's far from an easy layout.
I like it. Trying to tie some balls up because that escape was just too crazy to try.
No problem getting down from the 3 to the 4. The 5. Near the middle diamond. Should be pretty straightforward. He likes to play safe there too. He's got a nice angle on this 4.
can he not just run into the 7 ball? Possibly opening up the whole thing, and he's guaranteed to see the 5. But looks to be a safety here. Cannot expect him to play something aggressive now.
You know, looking at it, if he would have dropped nicely onto the 6, would have left a 6-7 combination, and I mean, now he's playing safe, but boy, he gave himself a chance there.
Yeah, I just feel like he had better safety opportunities. Like now, this is not too tough to hit, and if Jeffrey can hit this with low left, hit it full, could potentially rehook Dennis or get shape on the 7. Now, would you try the 6-10 combination in the side and follow the cue ball up on the 7? Do you think the 6 ball would go out of there?
I think he absolutely was following through with the cue ball, Tim, and yeah, it might have been worth a shot at the 10. Pretty good roll, that one for DeLuna. Game effort. But Jeff is going to have a chance.
Eight, 9, 10 in the same corner. Needs to make sure he doesn't pull away his bridge hand. He tends to do that.
Well, to reestablish that 1-rack lead. And a 2-1 advantage for DeLuna. And with the break in rack number 4. He sure doesn't want to lose the second set. And the worst that Dennis would be looking at would be a shootout. That's a grim proposition. He's totally turning the tables in terms of balls pocketed, isn't he? From set 1 to set 2.
Well, so far, still looking to make things very close all the way to the end. He's got one. With the
Don't
5.
think he. Yeah, I don't think he can get through to the 1. It's close. What a crushing break.
Well, he's moving like 6-7 balls up table every break. At some point, they are gonna go, you know, they will go. I think he might still be able to make this. Yeah, use that spin. I think he's got it. Did he get the shape? Yeah. And I think he's straight enough to draw back for the 4 in the top right corner in this view. And after that, he's got a great chance to get on the hill.
Cued that one.
Beautiful
Nice.
shot.
It looks like he's erased the memory of that horrific 9 that he missed. The second rack. Should have been 2-0 ahead. Everything's in the open here.
Well, had to work for it. Had 2 tough shots after the break. Now it's just a matter of staying in line. Let's see, could play with top left. Just gotta make sure he doesn't run into the 9. Could also play with stun right, but then you're more crossing your positional area. So we'll have to watch his speed a little bit. I like top left. Going 2 rails, you can land a little shorter or run too deep. He's done a good job there though. He's good. Cue ball on the rail. Always pressuring.
He's gone through this rack nice. And to the hill, set number 2. 3-1 to Luna. Yeah, quick shout out. All these players have been treated to the best equipment out there. These beautiful Predator Apex 9-foot pool tables, adorned with the Arcadia Reserve cloth. The Predator Arcos II balls that they're filling the pockets with. The referee very adept at putting them all together with the Aerorack. No excuses.
And a shot on the 1. I think it's on to the bottom right, and Dennis can draw back for the 2 in the center pocket unless he wants to play the combination 2-4. Not the squarest of hits, that's why the impact was not the greatest on the balls. This time they only moved mid-table instead of up-table. Oh.
Yeah, an open shot for Dennis there. You'd expect to get that.
Let's see if the jump cue is coming out again. Yes, it is. Long jump. Low right spin for shape. Wow.
Fully deserving of shape. Tim never got it.
Yeah, might have the slightest of edges on the two, but that's not really rewarding at all.
Extension.
So a chance for Dennis to redeem himself. He had an open look at the one and missed it. Down the cushion and back out near where he's holding his Q-tip. He can attack that three to the bottom corner.
Well, it's kind of last call for Dennis here. Down 3-1 in this second set. Main thing I try to tell myself to do is the more games Dennis slowly wins from here, the more pressure he's going to put on DeLuna to still win the set. So it's not always about I have to play perfect from here. It's more about every time you just clinch that one game, just game per game, you know your opponent might get more stressed, more pressure, more drama might be involved at some point. Try to put the pressure on someone else instead of handle it yourself. Easier said than done, of course. The pressure will always be there.
Well, he'll have no excuses if he doesn't secure the rack here.
Cycle.
7-9 combination, just got to control where the 7 is.
has done all the hard work, Jim. Good draw to the short rail and out. At least straight back. Did end up a little straight, didn't he? Or is he still fine to cheat it a bit? No, it was fine. Pulls one back.
And as you said, one ball, one rack at a time. Just keep the pressure on Jeff DeLuna. And 3-2. With Dennis breaking in rack 6.
This is also where Dennis's advantage, the fact that he's won the first set, that can help him, you know. If you look at the player overall performance from Dennis in the second set, it's not too great. He's missed 2 balls. He's had a foul. And his safety efficiency is under 70%, which I would say is quite low for his standards. Just talking about the second set.
With the winner breaks format, though, you're never out of it. You find a rhythm and the golden spot with the break.
Oh, he's kissed the 9 ball in. Oh, look at this. Look at that 1 ball.
It almost sat up pretty to the 10.
Well, I'm quite sure he would have wanted that, but I'm also quite sure he'll take this 1 ball hanging over the corner.
Two at the opposite end of the table. So he's going to have to do a little traveling with the cue ball.
Well, if you look at this whole layout overall, from the 2 to the 3 ball is already tough as well. And you need to get from the 3 ball to the 4 back up table again. So it was not just to get from the 1 to the 2.
Yeah, Jeff in his chair. He has to feel like he's going to be getting out of it in this rack. Just a question of when.
Needs the cue ball to stop. I think he's got too much angle.
Played that very nicely.
Does the 8 take the kick shot over the long rail out? I don't think. Well, he's thinking about jump cue. Just wondering, like, I'm kicking 3 rails here. I'm not jumping. I don't see the value in jumping. Like, you're gonna cut it in and not get on the 4. If you bank it in, you're not gonna get on the 4. I like 3 rails, trying to catch it full, send the 3 ball up table, and if you hit it really well, you can get the cue ball behind the 7.
3 ball, horrible.
Time's running out. I think he was really trying to make it and also draw the cue ball up table, but that's where also nowadays players, they like to grab the jump cue so fast because it's made so easy. Equipment has gotten so well, you know, but I don't think it's still always the best choice to jump the ball.
Well, how this set has done an about face on Jeff DeLuna. You know, 3-1 in complete control. Every reason now to expect it's going to go 3-3 with Dennis breaking. And the first set already in his pocket.
Yeah, so it's a huge jump possible here for Dennis. Interesting though, needed to go low. The 8 doesn't go in the bottom left, so that's definitely a sign of nerves there, Jim. Short poke, made the 5 and came up too short on the 6. And now he might have to play for 8-10 combination or run into the 8. Oh, twice up and down. Does it have the legs? Does it have the legs?
8 ball, side pocket.
He's walking down, trying to will that cue ball on.
Just okay though.
Yeah, he's up off the cue quick, isn't he? He's feeling it. And 3-3. With Dennis breaking in rack number 7 for a possible 2-0 lead and a guarantee of nothing worse than a shootout. $128 players kicked off 8 days ago. Best on the planet making their way to Vegas. And we are down to 3. Josh Filler waits in the wings to see who he will play in the final. Great time for a big break from Dennis Grabe right now.
Try break. Cue ball got saved by the 6 ball there. And the 8 making things a little bit complicated around the 6. Oh, nice hit there. The Luna hoping for the 1 ball to bounce off more, but just gets a slight edge. Does he have a carom on the 1 ball? Might be super thin, but carom off the 1 into the 7 in the side. Maybe too aggressive. It is, of course, a very important rack. You don't want to go too aggressive and sell out instant.
Extension. One ball. Corner pocket.
Well, he's got a window between the 4 and the 5. He can make this one.
Tap on the
Look at
table
the
from Dennis. Oh.
Yeah, the Luna comes to the table and he's looking everywhere but at the surface where the balls are, because he knew, as did Dennis when he left the table, he had nothing. Just wailed at that one, and the pool god smiled down.
Extension. Six ball. Corner pocket. Six ball. Corner pocket.
Very telling shot coming up, Tim.
Oh, and he's got
And
the
I mean-
shape.
Yeah, he kind of threw that one to the wind, and again, it's worked out. He didn't have to get a generous roll there.
Yeah, chose not to leave the 3-ball on the side, but had to get straight on the 3 to play to the corner without the scratch. But he's doing well. There's a lot of pressure here. To get 2-set lead is huge. Ooh, slightly short.
But being able to cue over the pocket gives him a little room to get at the white. That works in his favor. If I was Dennis right now, I'd be just telling myself, stay still, stay still.
Interesting, might have to play the short side of the 8. Just looks like he has a little bit too much angle to go forward around the 8. And why risk bumping the 8 or getting awkward on the 8 if you can do this? But he did get quite straight on the 8-ball, so we'll have to play the 9 in the side pocket. Has to be careful also, the cue ball could be near the side pocket. Oh. Big shot coming up. Off angle to the side. Has to do something with the cue ball as well.
A thin cut on the 10. If he can reach it with his extension for a 2 set to love lead. Down it goes, 2-0 confirmed. Dennis Grabe from Estonia, he's assured himself of nothing worse than a shootout in this semifinal. 2-0 over Jeff DeLuna. And he's going to take a short break. DeLuna looks like he's following suit. So I'm with them, Tim. We'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Don't go away. Well, DeLuna makes his way back in, and no prizes for guessing in which side Mr. Momentum is taking up court. Dennis came from a 3-1 disadvantage in that last set to secure it, and now owns a 2-0 lead, breaking in what he'd love to be the last set played. Ball off the break. DeLuna has to be totally surrounded by confusion. Now he had total control of that last set and just saw it slip away. A couple nifty rolls at very opportune moments, and Grabe just seized the time, seized the set with it.
I would expect to see Dennis bank the 1 ball towards the top left corner in this view and carom the 3 ball in with left spin, so the cue ball would follow the 1. It's like a stun left. Ooh. Well, he didn't really do much more with the cue ball. Does have a next shot on the 1 ball though.
You know, Dennis held himself real well together in that last rack of the second set too. A lot of pressure out there. They're not making a good 9 in the side pocket. So he's got to be feeling pretty good. He's got to be feeling better.
One ball, corner ball.
Yeah, good shot there. Jump cue out. He's going to jump the 1 into the open though. Has to bank it perfect to the top short rail. Was always going to be a little wide to get it near the 4.
Yeah, it was worth having a go.
Try to hold it, but that's so tough on those cut shots, you know, because you want to strike the ball to make sure it doesn't drift off or your stroke is ugly. So then you hit it a little bit more firm, and now suddenly you roll too far.
Little Massey. Just never really got into the cue ball. Kind of quit on the stroke. Well, from there he was looking at the possibility of a carom into the 7. And I wonder, has he left a 2-7?
Oh, that's a super. Well, the referee was only looking there to see if it was frozen or not. He was not telling Jeffrey if there was one. Still,
he's
one
kicking
rail should
from
be
the
able.
left-hand side.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's left at 2-7 now. And even though he's on 2 fouls, I don't see Dennis thinking about defense from this position.
Oh, wow.
2 ball in the corner. Four ball, side ball.
Still quite surprising, actually, that after such a big chance for Jeffrey, he doesn't really run the rack. Don't you think?
Yeah, he's fighting it. He is absolutely up against it right now. Dennis has to try and put the nails in the coffin because they're there. He's got his opponent laboring. He's getting a pretty nice run of the balls. Up off the cue. He's having trouble getting to the finish line. And if DeLuna doesn't take advantage of this, then he'll have no one to blame but himself. See how quick he's lifting off that stroke?
6 ball.
Just,
Side ball.
he's all about nerves right now.
Extension.
Well, maybe it's a fact that this is the 3rd set and the match has been going for a bit, you know. It takes a toll on everybody.
Yeah, he's left this open.
It's
He's
just
left
those
his 6
small,
available to the side.
as you can see, it's those small little details every time. Like, it's not like they're playing horrible, it's just slightly off over and over. It's like they both need a little snack.
I bet Dennis can't remember the last time he's missed so many shots in a rack and still won it against a player the caliber of a Jeffrey DeLuna. One 0, the 3rd set.
Well, at some point you were gonna expect Dennis to be out. I mean, there's only so many balls you can miss till it's over. You know, Jeffrey definitely had plenty of opportunities that game.
I think there's one thing though that we can say, I think it's fair to say, and everyone in attendance, if they watched the first semifinal between Kazakis and Filler, whichever one of these two eventually make up that second player in the final, they're going to have to bring a different game than they're showing us today.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They will have to step it up.
Good break. No friends at the table. Half a chance for DeLuna. Finally, DeLuna gets a bit of a roll. He hasn't had many of late.
Well, interesting shot he's played there. We'll have to run the cue ball in between the 8 and the 10.
Played that perfectly.
Has done all the hard work. Will be interesting to see where he's playing shape from the 7 to the 8. Is he going to play the 8 in the same corner as the 7, or is he following the cue ball to play the 8 in the side pocket? Oh, interesting. He got me there. Still plenty of room to play the 8 to the left. Are we in for another hill?
Yeah, why not? But how bad did DeLuna need this rack win? From 3-1 in front in set number 2. He lost 4 in a row. And he's finally stopped the rot. 1-1 in the third set. And have a look at the balls pocketed now. And what a tale that tells.
Well, especially as I believe Jeffrey was up like 24-6 in the second set, just pocketing the balls. So if you imagine that turned into 34-35, that's definitely somewhat of a lead that slipped through his fingers.
We definitely took a little off that break. And
Yeah, and
what a break
this-
it is.
This is one of those breaks I've seen a lot this week, and it has been working quite a bit. You know, taking some pace off, just go for a solid hit. And look at this shape on the 2, 3 and the 4 available. Oh, his speed has been a little bit off here and there, and it would have been so sweet to be straight on the 3 ball. Still can draw or go 2 rails forward, top left.
Yeah, nice little touch on the 4, back in prime position. Straight draw.
Well, he's looking at playing something on the 10 ball, early win, but he's had such a great chance right after the break, losing the cue ball a bit here and there.
Extension.
Wow, nice shot. Carrying the 5 off the 10, but you see, it's just overall, he's just not getting the shapes. So his cueing very straight, shot making is very high, but his speed control is a little bit all over at the moment. So safe behind the 9.
And that
And
could have
Dennis,
been a lot better for sure.
I was gonna say Dennis can either jump, cut the combination on the 10, or he might be able to kick from the back and carry the 10 ball in. If he catches the left side of the 6. Could also play the kick and stick behind the 7, but I'm calling the 10 ball just in case, all over, all day long.
I think he did.
Oh. Well, it's left a long shot for the Luna, but make the 6. 7-10 combo is there.
Well, I mentioned he had a bit of cue power. Felt like it was a couple days ago, but I think it was when the match started. You got a little demonstration of it right here.
Yeah, just a little bit funny again on the 7, but he's called the 10. Karam. Or did he call the 7? I thought he called the 10. Oh, that's my fault. Beautiful cut there on the 7 ball. I just never expected him to cut that 7 ball, Jim. Oh well, he hit that.
Well, if he starts feeling comfortable and shown that he's comfortable, you wonder if that's going to unsettle Dennis Grabe even more. 2-1 he leads in a set he has to win.
Well, would definitely be great if if De Luna can make a match out of this. You know, he's being down 2-0 in sets, and it's still a long way to go, but don't lose faith.
Yeah, I don't think the mentality that all these Filipino stars have, they never give up. They never throw in the towel. And I think they have the ability to stay positive when it looks like a lot of negative thoughts could be swirling in their heads. That Filipino mentality, boy, a lot of players could use it. Didn't see anything go down that time. A dry break and Dennis out of his chair. It's a 2-1 deficit that he faces in the third set. And worth mentioning that these guys are playing for $9,000 this match. Semifinalists are assured $87.50, and the runner-up $17.5, and the eventual winner $37,500. Pretty good week's work.
Extension.
What a shot. Called the corner pocket, a kick. And all of a sudden, a big chance for Dennis Grabe. Might be worth noting that little shot, Tim. There haven't been that many. One might hit the highlight reel.
Yeah, nice two-way one rail. Did not have a full side pocket there on the 2. Shape on the 3. If he can get on the 4 ball, the rack is wide open. Nicely on the 4. This is key shot here.
Yeah, he's got the angle on the 3. He doesn't have any reason not to drop onto the 4 nice. You know, every now and then you'll see a shot from Dennis that just tells you that he's really fighting himself. And then all of a sudden he'll come to the table and show you play like this. And you wonder which Dennis Grabe is showing up. There's the other one.
I'm also just wondering, I didn't even think the 5 ball would pass the 10 to shoot a combination on the 7. So I'm not really sure where he was headed.
Corner ball.
He's called the 7. He's probably gonna kick for kick bank.
Off.
Just a horrible positional shot. And with ball in hand and everything in the open, Dennis, once again, in a set, is going to be staring a 3-1 deficit smack in the face. Smashes that one to the back of the pocket. Now just got to recompose himself. Everything under the magnifying glass right now. And 3-1 confirmed. Set number 3. Luna looking to do what he can to get us to the shootout.
Well, it's definitely good to see that De Luna is not giving up by any means. Still fighting, trying to find himself back in this match. Mentally, super tough, of course, to lose the first 2 sets, hill. But I guess there's a reason why they call him the Bull, Jim.
Well, he'd like to show the horns. Rack 5. And again, much softer break than he's capable of. No friends at the table. An open look at the 1 for Dennis.
One ball, sidewalk.
Had half a pocket for that 1. Yeah, possible 210. Hasn't called it yet.
Extension.
It's quite thin though, difficult shot. Nice shot, but a little bit risky. There might be a 210 kick shot here.
Two ball, corner pocket. Extension.
Oh, he's called a 2 ball in the corner pocket. That means he can cut this 2 ball. Trying to create distance in case he doesn't make it. completely different Dennis this set. Doesn't look that patient as he was in the other two.
Mistake from DeLuna. Lost the cue ball. Well, the score 3-1. That's when Dennis found some wind for his sails in the last. What he wouldn't give for an instant replay.
Key shot coming up, getting on that 5 ball. It does have a great shape on the 4.
Yeah, window between the 9 and the 10.
Now, did he leave
follow.
himself? He left himself that angle to go follow.
I think so, Tim. I think he's got a bit of angle. He can follow this. Yeah, he's perfect.
Yeah, nice and close to the 6. Stay close to your work.
Looks like pulling one back and planting those seeds of doubt into Luna's mind. Three-two.
Yeah, surprising. Jeffrey definitely had a good chance to close it out there.
And one thing, Tim, if it gets to 3-3, there'll be no prizes. Ruhu will be under intense pressure because DeLuna has to win the rack to stay alive.
Well, successful break. This is a chance. Yeah, could see the disappointment from Jeffrey there in the chair. Now Dennis has a shot to the corner, as you can see, but could also choose to play a combination into the into the 2 ball with the 1, and positioning the 1 in front of the side. Just depends on how you're feeling. If you feel like you can miss the ball to the corner, I'd rather make the combination and just barely control it. And if it happens to be bad, I can play safe.
Yeah, queuing over the 4 makes that slow roll on the 1 down to the bottom right corner really tricky. Combination may be favored here. he went for the 1, but he got away with the miss. That was never going to be easy queuing over the 4. As you noted, Tim, the combination, no guarantee was going to land on the 1 unless he hit it flush.
Yeah, and then still, if you happen to not control the 1 ball as well, big chance to play a good safety after. You're going to stay at the table. Jeffrey's going jump cue out. Has to be careful not to jump the cue ball off the table. When it lands, it still will have an extra hop into the 1. Yeah, close try.
1 ball, corner ball.
No lucky roll though. Well, the 6 ball, how the cue ball finished with the 6, yes. But how the 1 landed, he has to shoot here with the 2 ball hanging over the side. Nice shot.
He was up off the cue. He was up off the cue so quick on that, but what a great effort that was on the 1. 2 over the side pocket. Yeah, I'm with you, Jeff.
This is probably the best layout this match, maybe, because if you look at it, tap the 5 in, straight on the 6, stop shot. You can land straight on the 7, so you're gonna be able to put the exact angle you want on the 8 to cross over for the 9. No long traveling, is not going to be far off from the ball, so easier to handle the nerves.
What about the nerves in the next one?
Perfect shape, nice angle. Handle the nerves.
Well, 3-3, just where we wanted to be.
Three sets in a row going hill. What a match we've had so far.
And you just wonder what's going through DeLuna's mind right now. Fans have gotten their share of pool today. Both semifinals have kept players and all in attendance here for the duration. Well, the only thing I can tell you with absolute certainty is Dennis Grabe is praying for a ball down on the break here. Give him control of the table. Nothing down, no shot at the one. Well, no quick finishes to this match.
Well, both the first and the second set were not decided by a break or run, so we should stick to the script.
One ball, corner ball.
I must have lost it.
This is an interesting push out though. This is not easy by any means.
Extension.
So men's final, not too much time after this actually. So the winner of this match, I believe, has to play at 7:30 local time. So just a couple hours to get something to eat and go right back at it for the winner. Look at that for a gut shot. Beautiful cut. Took the risk, got shape. Center of the table on the 3, as straight as possible. Looks to be an out here.
Jeff looking away. Yeah, a lot of negative thoughts swirling in his head. He certainly had his chances. If Dennis has his way, he won't get any more. A little straighter than he would have liked. This could have been so much easier. Does he try to just pinch the pocket slightly here, Tim?
I think so. Follow the cue ball. Solved that one nicely.
And this is from DeLuna's push out.
Well, in the end, if you look at what Dennis played after DeLuna's push out, well, it might have been a big mistake because you should not be leaving your opponent a cut on the 1. And even if Dennis would not have gotten the shape on the 2, we could have played safe right after.
Well, now you know he's got to hold himself together because the finish line is in sight. He's got 1 foot over it. He's just got to drag the other across. These are all in the open.
Well, he is playing slower though. You can see it. He's playing more static towards the finish line. Really trying to work his way across it, but too much angle on the 8. We'll have to run the cue ball 2 rails minimum. Nicely done, 3 rails around the 10. Got as close as he could get to the 9 and good angle. 2 rail shape, twice the long rail to get on the 10. But the pressure is high.
No, he didn't want to be on the rail. He didn't want to be on the rail shooting the 10 for the match. Down it goes, and once again, Dennis Grabe from Estonia sees his victory from the jaws of defeat. Twice he trailed 3-1 in the second set, in the third and deciding set, and he won every rack to squeak home 4-3 winners and close this one out 3 straight racks. It was a lot closer than that, but I'll tell you what, Dennis Grabe has got to feel like he's on top of the world right now, and he's got to settle himself down. He's got a final waiting against Josh Filler. Tim, a pleasure as always. Again, a treat to have you alongside. Great listening to your commentary. I know we'll be doing a lot more in the future, pal. And I know it's very late over there right now in the Netherlands, so that pillow's gonna feel awful soft for you. It's been a long day. You get yourself a real good sleep.
Yes, thank you, Jim, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned for the final, 7:30, I believe. So enjoy, and good night for me.
Again, you bet, folks. All the best. And from both Tim and myself, Jim Weich, you have a great night. Enjoy the final. And for us, it's goodbye for now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here again in Las Vegas for the Men's Open. I'm here with our other finalists. You'll be meeting Josh Filler in just a few hours. You've just defeated Jeffrey DeLuna in 3 straight sets, hill every set. You are usually a pretty cool guy, not a lot of emotion out of you, but you had a little scream there at the end. You must be pretty excited, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough match. I mean, the score was 3-0, but I was down like 3-1 two times, and I managed to win. I just grind hard and try my best, and I get rewarded, I guess.
I was looking over your stats. It looked like about 85% of your safeties were completely effective, which is a huge number. And about 70% of the time that you won, it was off of one of DeLuna's safeties. So you're getting out of safeties and then getting out, which is huge. Is that something, are you really working on your kicking and your jump shots on a regular basis? Because you seem to do that at a significantly high level in comparison to some of the other pros we have here.
I think my overall IQ in the game is pretty good, and that's why I like 10 ball, because it's more tactical than 9 ball. And I proved also last year when I finished third in the world 10 ball. So yeah, my safety is pretty good and kicking. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Well, you've got just a little bit of time to calm down and get yourself together before you meet Josh in the finals. Is there anything that you do pre-match to kind of, any like quirks or superstitions you have to get yourself ready?
I just calm myself down, and I've been doing what I've been doing whole week, so I hope it works again.
Well, I hope so too. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.